Hi everybody, this is Maria, and today I want to share with you an instrument that's new to me. It's called a Lyre Harp. I have a small version of it by Aklot, which I bought maybe a year ago. It's 7 tones. It's pentatonic. This one is a little different because it has more than double the strings. It's got 16 strings, and it's not tuned to a pentatonic scale. Pentatonic scales are great because they omit certain tones and they could be major or minor, and everything sounds good when you play it. And that's great. And I do enjoy that, but it can be a little limiting because if you're playing a song per se, you're missing certain notes, you really can't play the whole song. Some songs you can. So with this harp, you actually could play whole songs if you want. You can improvise, which is what I like to do, and you have a lot of choices because you have like 2 octaves basically, because it starts on a G and it ends on an A, so you get G to G and then G to A here. So you have 2 octaves and one more. So that's kind of cool and can really give you a lot to work with. This particular harp has steel strings or metal strings, and it has a different feel than say a nylon string harp. It's mahogany and it's done really well. It's smooth as silk. I don't know if you could see that. I like the shape. It's sort of like a handle here, and it's got this like dip in here, like a dish almost, but it can give it some resonance, and it does resonate very long when you play each note, which I'll demonstrate. And I wanted to show you that it comes with this pickup, which is actually cool because it has a volume control as well. And then you can hook it to your speaker, or if you want, it's your iPad, which I like to use different effects and such with my instruments. So you can definitely hook this into an amp or any other kind of audio interface. It comes with the tuning tool, which is really important because it will come out of tune, and it should be so that it doesn't, that the strings don't pop in transit with different, climates. You want it to be out of tune when you get it. So just know when you get this, it's tuned G to A. So it's G, A, B, C, D, E, F, natural, not sharp, and that's important, and I'll tell you why in a second. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So you have more than 2 octaves, which is great. You have 2 octaves and 1 more note. So you have a lot of wiggle room. When I said it's not tuned to F sharp, why is that important? Because you could tune it to F sharp, and then this would be in the key of G major or E minor. So you'd have to tune any other F's to F sharp. So G, A, B, C, D, E. You'd have to do F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, and A. So you would have to tune 2 of these strings to F sharp if you wanted it to be in G major or E minor, which is the equivalent. That gives it a completely different sound. And I liked that Aklot showed on the website that what each note would be, because at first I was thinking, oh, it's going to be in G major, and then I noticed that they were very particular, and it said F and F, not sharp. So that meant it's a mode, and it's really cool because it's got a different feel to it. So it's all the notes of the C major scale, but starting on G. And so I figured out, and I think that I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, that this is G Mixolydian. And it's a really cool mode, in my opinion. The dulcimer, which I love, I have one in D Mixolydian, DAD, and one in G, GBD, Mixolydian. And it does have a really sweet sound, and it gives it that dulcimer flavor. So if you like dulcimers, I bet you're going to like this instrument. So let me show you that I told you, I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, it comes with this little pickup, so you can amplify it, because I do like to amplify my music. If I'm playing at a gig, you need to be heard, or if you want to give it some effects, you can plug this into an iPad or any audio interface, and you can play around with the effects. So that's cool too. And it comes with the cord that you need and some stickers, you know, stick-ons to remove this if you had to and put it back. And it comes with this tuning tool. So it will be out of tune, as I said, and you just need to tune it up. So I'm going to show you a couple of them, and then I'll tune the rest, because with New York and with it being a new instrument, it will go out of tune quite quickly. So it's sharp right now. So what I would do is I put this over here. Sharp means you have to lower it. You put this on, and this is a rule of thumb. When you lower a note, or a string rather, you should raise it to the pitch. You shouldn't lower it to the pitch. Okay, if you've noticed, even if I sped up the video, you might have noticed that I didn't have to do too much on the unwound strings. So I forgot to mention that some of the strings are wound and some are unwound. So the G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. 1 octave unwound, G to G, unwound. And then A to A is, G to G are wound strings. And then the A to A, they are the unwound strings. So these are your bass strings, these are your treble. It goes higher in pitch. And you will notice that the unwound ones stay in pitch a little better than the wound ones. That's been my experience, at least with this harp and some other harps, tiny harps that I've had, some little lap ones. So I also want to show you, so let me let you hear the sound of it. You can play it with a pick. I prefer just my fingers. And I like to hold it like this, but you can put it on your lap. If I play it here, it might not vibrate as well because you're going to pick up the table. So I would put it on my lap and I would play it like this. And what's really cool about putting it on your lap is you can actually play chords if you mute the tones that aren't in the chord. You can hear different chords by just gently placing your fingers over the tones that you don't want to ring out. So this is the sound of it. Really ringing out, and again, it will improve in tone once the strings stretch out and they stay on pitch a little better. What else? So I do want to plug it in so you can hear what it sounds like plugged in. So when you plug it in from here, there's a volume control, and you can obviously use the volume control on your amp or audio interface. So you have to obviously turn it on, the amp. I would start out low to make sure that you don't have any kind of feedback. I have it plugged into the mic. You could also plug it into the line in. But this mic has reverb, so I wanted to share with you how that sounds. Now I'm going to lower it from here. So it can get really loud. I'm going to lower it a bit. So I moved the pickup because it was bothering me over here, because I do realize after playing this for a week or so that I like to hold it this way. You may feel differently, but for me it feels comfortable because this is sort of like a handle. You can hold it like that. Whoop. Now I didn't change the sticky thing, which I'm going to have to, but since I'm not quite sure where I want to put it, I don't want to use up all my sticky things. They do give you 4 of them extra, and you can always buy them in the supermarkets and such. Anyway, so this I think will be a better place for the pickup, so that I can hold it against myself like this when I'm sitting down, and it, even when it's flat, it doesn't wiggle now, it lays flat. So I think I like that better. So maybe just for this, we'll see how it works laying flat on the table, on this little piece of velveteen bag they give you. Just making up stuff, just trying to see how it sounds when you pluck it. This is a position I'm not normally used to playing in, but it can work. You can use a pick, as I said, or your fingers. You can pluck the strings to form chords. Do them individually at the same time. So you have the 2 octaves to play with. So I mean, you could switch it around too, if you're more comfortable, or if you're a lefty, I suppose. Then you can have the bass strings on the top and the treble strings on the bottom. I'm a righty, but I do play guitar, so this might actually be a better fit for myself. So you could play like chords on the top with the bass strings by plucking them. and pluck a melody with the treble strings. This could be really good for like a type of therapy, like music therapy. You can bring it to somebody who, you know, can't get out of the house. You don't need it plugged in at all. I plugged it in so you could see that that's how you could use it. But acoustically, it's beautiful. And when you're one-on-one, it's loud enough. It's very loud, in fact. But in a soothing kind of way. I was playing this on my porch on Halloween while the little kids were trick-or-treating. I didn't have it plugged in. I prefer it acoustically. I will plug it in to be able to record some effects or to do different things with it on my iPad, to loop it perhaps. But acoustically, it's got a really lovely sound. And like I said, you could play it any number of ways, depending on how you can hold it. But I do find if I hold it against myself when I'm sitting, I can play it. Even one-handed sounds pretty. I like to feel the vibrations against myself. It's very soothing, calming. So I just wanted to share with you that this is the little harp that I bought about 10 months ago or a year ago or so, I believe. And it's 7 strings. Very pretty sounding, also very resonant. And it's got a few wound strings, 3 wound and 4 unwound. And this is the one that I was telling you about. It's pentatonic tuning. So it's in a D pentatonic. And so it doesn't have every note, but it really sounds nice with a lot of different instruments, and even by itself, almost feels like there's no wrong notes. That's what people say about the pentatonic scale. So you can really improvise really nicely with it. Very calming, very soothing as well. But again, a little limiting because you only have 7 strings. And if you wanted to play whole songs that had different notes in it, it would be a little more difficult on a 7-string instrument, especially if it's tuned pentatonically. This is tuned diatonically in the key of, as I said, it's really C major, but starting on G. So just that's one way to look at it. There's no sharps or flats. And so it's also, it's like all the white notes on the piano, but starting on G. I guess that might be the easiest way to think of it. So. it's very relaxing. And it's the type of instrument where you just want to pick it up and just play it, and just, even for a few minutes, just before I have to go to work in a little while. And it's just calming to just play this kind of, I don't know, it's the vibrations. It's just a sweet tone. And you really could kind of get lost. That, for me, is a really good way to use this instrument. It could help other people too. I've brought harps like this over to friends' houses when they have been feeling stressed. It's a good de-stressor, but it is also a way to make music too. And so the next video I share with you, I will hopefully be using this in some of the music that I create. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your likes and your subscriptions to my channel. I couldn't have done this without you. Yay, I'm over 1,000 now subscribers and going strong. And I hope that you like what I do. And if you are interested in something that I do and some of the other instruments I've played, please ask, and maybe I can make a video and share that with you. So thank you again, and have a great day, everybody. Bye.